Hey y'all, I'm here with another video. I normally don't do like political stuff, but the Democratic debate for the second night was on yesterday. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I came in like an hour late and I fell asleep like a half an hour early. I'm so sorry. But I came in directly when Cory Booker and Joe Biden were going back and forth. That was a nice little back and forth. Pretty much Cory Booker was calling Biden out about mostly like his 94 crime bill. A lot of this stuff y'all gonna have to look up because I really don't feel like explaining it. Like if y'all don't know, y'all just gotta do y'all research. So anybody know about the 94 crime bill? It pretty much hurt black people a hell of a lot. It put a lot of us in jail when we need to be, giving us a lot of sentences that was just unnecessary. So Booker was pretty much calling Biden out on that, and Biden was trying. He tried. He was trying to call Booker out on saying, "Oh well, you know, because I believe Booker is from like he represents Newark, New Jersey, somewhere in New Jersey, somewhere in New Jersey. I know that, and he was pretty much saying like, "Oh well, you didn't help with the police and getting it down, this, that, and third." I'm gonna say this: they was on Biden's ass tonight. Do you hear me? They were on his ass. And to me, what's crazy about the whole situation with Biden is like, before Biden, like, officially announced that he was running, right? Everybody was super hyped for him. Everybody was hyping him the fuck up. Like, yes, we can't wait till Biden come in. Biden's gonna slay Donald. And then when he became the candidate, it was just like a complete 180. Everybody was just like, nah, fuck Biden. He's not for us. It was really, really, really weird, y'all. Really weird. But then, I'm sorry, I just love a gnat that's irking me. But then you had him and Kamala get into it because I think the last debate that they had, Kamala had called him out about busing and stuff like that, and how back in the day like he voted, I think, like against busing or something like that. And Biden could never really answer that. He just couldn't. There's not really much that he can fucking say. You did it. That was fucked up. It's not more that he can even say to defend it. And so she was calling him out on the busing, calling him out about the 94 crime bill, which before Biden even opened his mouth, I found it funny that Kamala, you really want to go at somebody about their record as far as anything to do with crime? Yes, she was a prosecutor, but girl, okay? And then he brought it up. He called Kamala out on her record, which facts, especially black people, we definitely been looking into that Kamala you because the thing is, I think people my age, we're not gonna do what we did last time. We're not falling for, oh, because you're black, okay, so that means that you're best for us. No, not necessarily. And Kamala, your cards have been pulled plenty of times about your record as a prosecutor. Biden even said, Google 1,000 Freed and look up Kamala and you'll see about that. There was plenty of times where there was definitely a situation that he brought this up to where like I think this is 1,000 Freed that he was talking about, where there was like an officer who like wasn't doing what he was supposed to do or fucking up or something like that with the evidence. And instead of her saying, okay, yeah, let's look into all his other cases, she said no. She pretty much tried to defend that nigga. Like, she wasn't really with the body cams and stuff like that. There's so many things that she did that's just so problematic. When, especially you being a fucking prosecutor and all of this, and you being a black woman, like the way you handle a lot of situations was completely fucked up. He brought up the whole thing about actually, who was it? Tulsi get let me make sure I'm saying this right. Tulsi Gabbard, she criticized that in the whole thing with the death penalty, like how you pretty much let somebody die or almost let them die because of some bullshit. Like, you could have just stepped in and ended that, but you didn't. And this is all come out. I'm proud. I'm proud. I did what it is that I had to do. I'm proud. You should not be proud of that shit. You shouldn't be proud of that shit. It's nothing to be proud of. And that is the main reason why you're gonna lose. Especially if you're trying to win our vote, you're gonna lose because I see the commentary all the time. We're not really here for Kamala like that because she won't take responsibility in the shit that she did. You have played a part in putting many people of color behind bars when you could have stopped that. That's the end dead point. And you are, I'm proud. I'm proud. But you ain't nothing to fucking be proud of. I didn't mean to call her name, but I'm just saying. Okay. Then I think the next question was, what would you do to change the racial divide? Which, honest to God, I'm so tired of that question because there's really nothing that any president can fucking do until the way that this country is ran and systematic change. No one person can be like, yes, let's heal the world. Obama was the first black president and he ain't give me a look, so whatever. But I'm trying to think who said some good stuff. Michael Bennett, who I think was the governor or something like that of Colorado, he brought up the prison to the pipeline from the prison to school pipeline. He didn't say that exactly, but he kind of brought that up, and I think that was very, very good because that's a good point. If you're not getting the education that you're supposed to, right? Okay, then that means that you can't go out in the world and contribute the way that you would like. So when you can't do that, that means you can't get money. So if you're not doing any of that, guess what? You're doing illegal stuff. That's gonna land you in jail. That's pretty much like the very concise uh, school to prison pipeline. That's just very concise. That's not even getting into the nuances. So don't kill me in the comments, okay? I'm just trying to give y'all a broad stroke of what that means. Mr. Yang, he's an entrepreneur. He's not gonna make it nowhere. He's just here to talk. He said, like the great MLK said, I'm so tired of you. Stop using, hey, hey, people of non-color in the back, stop using MLK as your reference point. We're done. We're so tired of hearing that. As Martin Luther King Jr. said, y'all swear that that man did not die from a racist man's bullet. But he was talking about pretty much saying like how the economy, which I agree. Then they asked about Baltimore because y'all know Trump said some stupid shit about Baltimore. He's always saying stupid shit. I don't even pay attention to him no more. Julian Castro, he called it out. He said it was racist. I appreciate that all of y'all are calling it what it is. It is racist. So thank you so much for that. And he also said he would do stuff to help with like education and housing and stuff like that, which I think that would be good. And then Kristen, what's her name? Gillibrand? Is it Gillibrand? She pretty much, I liked her stance on this. She pretty much said that, you know, as a white woman, she has privilege and she understands how that works, and that's why she goes around the country. I don't know how true this is, but if she does, this is good, and this is what other white women and people need to do. She says she goes around, you know, to different white women in middle America and try to explain how this works. That right there is how we are going to get somewhere, because me telling another white woman that, it's not going to change anything. She's not going to listen to me. But if you as another white woman go and tell her and sit her down and try to explain to her the way that this works, she's much more likely to hear it from y'all than she is from me. Again, y'all the one who created this, so y'all are the one who have to end it. Y'all have to call y'all own people out, and I appreciated her saying that, because that's the only way for real we're gonna go. Y'all have to start calling y'all own people out, period. Fucking period. Then we talked about the environment, and Jay Inslee said that that was his number one top priority. I think that's good. I think environment should be like number one or number two, because we're all gonna die very soon. Mr. Gang, he pretty much said like he's pretty much said, girl, there ain't no turning it back. We're fucked. It's pretty much the end of the world. And to be quite honest, we need to get to higher ground. Which at first I thought that that was kind of bleak, because I'm like, to one degree, I'm like, well, just because it's bad, it doesn't mean that we shouldn't attempt to try to change it around, because you should try to change somewhat. But I also agree with the niggas a little bit too. We can't reverse everything that we've done, so we might need to get to higher ground. I do agree with that. We really need to look into get higher ground. I know that might scare a lot of people, but that's facts. Like, the water is rising. That's just facts. Okay. Um, and then, you know, Kamala and Biden, they both said, everybody said that they'll enter the Paris Agreement again, which we all should. Bitch, hold on. Okay, they asked, okay, de Blasio, if any of y'all know Bill de Blasio, mayor of New York, whatever. And they asked him about like the lead and stuff like that, because they was talking about Flint. And then they also said pretty much like, why is it that people should believe you, you know, when there's stuff going on in the housing, you know, authority and departments, projects in New York City with lead, and multiple kids have been found with that in their system. This man sat up here and lied, talking about, oh, we've been lowering the lead in the water since 2005, and this, that, and the third. Let me tell you something. Being from New York, de Blasio, he has done some good things, because he's damn sure better than fucking Bloomberg, for sure. The stop and frisk, good. He got that down. That's great. But what you're not gonna do is sit up here and act like you really tried to do something as far as the lead is concerned. That's bullshit. So because I read up when a lot of this shit was going on, there was plenty of times that the fucking inspections was failed. Like, when people was inspecting the buildings that it failed on all types of counts. And what the fuck did you do? You didn't do nothing. You purposely tried to underplay that shit so that nobody would really snap the fuck out. Same thing about the fucking there was a point in time where there was like rats, so many rats in the fucking basement that nobody even the light people didn't even want to go down there to go and fix it. And you talking about, oh, the federal government needs to take over. Okay, maybe, but right now, guess what? You're the one that's in fucking charge of it. So why the fuck you're not doing anything? And on the side note, I also think it's a little bit fucking, I don't know, weird that you pretty much run the biggest fucking city in the country, New York City. I find a little greedy that now you want to be president. You got enough people to fucking deal with. You can't even deal with the people in your fucking city, but you want us to run. You want us to believe that you can run the whole country, bitch. New York City in itself is a country. Run that, run it properly, run it correctly, and then maybe we can talk. Okay, all right, done. I'm fucking done. And then, in all my honesty, the CNN was being so fucking messy this whole damn. The last two debates, they've been messy. Oh, well, such and such said that you don't really believe in this. So what do you think about what she said? Who gives a fuck about what they think about what each other said? Nobody cares. Let's talk about policy, bitch. Nobody gives a fuck. A few more things, y'all. Cory Booker talked about voter suppression within the black community, which is very, very, very important. I think we really need to get on that because they trying to get us the fuck up out of here. They don't want our shit to count. They don't. And I really think we need to focus on that. That's very important, y'all. It's very important. Julian Castro, because they talked about the economy, he brought up, thank you so much, because we need to get this through the heads of other people, that, oh, people are so happy because, about the economy and unemployment is so low and this, that, and the third, and, oh, we're trying to give all the praise to Trump. Trump didn't do shit, and he even said it. Thank you, Barack Obama, for doing that. You do not get into office and then within a few fucking months, whatever you did comes to fruition. No, this is years of planning and shit just going through the years. So by the time that you fucking came, it's like this. When Barack came in, the economy was terrible and everybody was blaming him when it was clearly from fucking Bush. You inherit whatever the fuck it is that the last fucking president did. So what he inherited was a whole bunch of debt. Trump, what you came into, you came when pretty much shit was pretty much going good. It was already on its way to going good because of shit that he fucking set up. Not because of anything that you did. You didn't do anything. What the fuck did you do? You didn't do shit. That's why whoever the next president is, they're gonna have to reverse everything, the dumb shit that you fucking did. It's just that fucking simple. So I'm tired of all of these Trump people go, oh, the economy's bad. It's not because of him. It's not because of him. So just stop. Stop. It's not because of him. The fuck? Ooh, what Mr. Yang did say, because they was talking about the pay gap and stuff like that, and they asked if, because I think Kamala Harris said that like companies should be fined each percentage difference that they pay between women and men, which I don't think that that's that bad of a law. I really don't. I think that's not that bad. But Mr. Yang was like, look, we need to give women a dividend of $1,000 for a stipend. I said yes. Give me a stack a month because I deserve. Listen, do you? In all honesty, not trying to be funny, I really think that that'd be a good idea. Cause see, women, we know what the fuck we're doing with the money. Y'all niggas blowing y'all fuck it up. Oh, we know what we're doing. Especially black women. Oh, bitch, do you know how many businesses will be out here? You have no idea. And let me say this: there's so many black women that I know. So many black women that have started their own business. It's crazy. Like almost everybody I know got their own side hustle to make money. It's so dope. So dope. So dope. And somebody asked, maybe it was Jillian, somebody asked Biden about why he made the statement saying that a woman working outside of the home would be deteriorating the family. And he literally said, that was a long time ago. Biden got killed this whole night. Like I said, around this time is after I fell asleep after they left back and forth. Biden got killed that whole night. And then I went on Twitter this morning and they said Kamala Harris destroyed or something like that. I don't think that she got destroyed. I think she got hammered for the points that she should have, which is about her fucking record, which is what she keeps trying to fucking, do or whatever. Look, y'all trying to pander to the black vote, y'all ain't doing it correctly. Come with some solid solutions. I know we talked about reparations. I heard Marianne, whatever her last name is, the author, her thoughts on reparations, and I thought it was, the way she explained it was perfect. That's all we asking. We want our 40 acres in a fucking mule that our ancestors didn't get. So work on reparations, work on policing, and a few other things in an economy. It's kind of like the three big things. I can't speak for all black people, but at least that I care about. Oh, and student debt, bitch. Student debt. If y'all really want to win all of the millennials, find a way to lower this fucking student debt. Alright, y'all, I'm out. Bad. Tell me what y'all think too.